welcome to an exciting edition of Jeffrey Show Live. I'm your host, Jeffrey Taylor, and if you're new to the page, let me do this YouTube, and let me not downgrade it, but I sometimes tend not to do it because I'm so excited about the Come Up New York, but this is one of those episodes where I don't say that I'm dragging it out, but it's actually really quick in my opinion. There's a lot to talk about, but not too much to talk about. Like the past few reviews that I've been doing for the Come Up New York, I always feel in the back of my head that I'm gonna say the Come Up Atlanta by mistake. But if this is your first time joining this channel, be sure to like this video. Be sure to share this video with your friends so we can build a community. Be sure to comment your thoughts on what I give. And no, you do not have to agree with me, and you will get the same energy as the next person. And I think I did say subscribe and hit that notification bell, right? All right, you guys. So let's get into the Come Up New York. See you again. This is a Gemini Filmz Productions. If this is your first time watching this video, you can check out the series on YouTube, exclusively on YouTube, I may add. I will have the link in the bio as always, you guys, so you guys can be sure to follow the creator. Shout out to Kayron. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. I'm horrible with names. But I think that we got the pretense out of the way. Did anybody hit me up about my episode last week? No, they didn't. I thought that was going to be a reoccurring issue, but it was kind of like, we good on this guy. Like, we not getting what we want potentially, which I can understand. We're all busy. We're going through definitely hard times, in my opinion. There's just so much going on, so I can definitely understand the shifts of focus. So it's no hard feelings. And plus, I didn't respond back either, so that's probably a little tacky on my behind. But I'm just like so antisocial, high key. Like, I don't play well with others, unfortunately. And what else? But shout out to the entire cast. Like I always said, I love the cast. And let's just get right into the review. There's really, like I said, this may be one of the quickest Come Up New York reviews that I have did. This episode was about 45 minutes, so it did give the standard time. It was just the first half of the episode, and it wasn't even a half. The first kind of talk about in the episode is Mitch trying to set up his album release party. That's what I'm trying to get out, where I'm like, Mitch album release party. He's planning his events. It's good to honestly see this perspective of someone that's setting up something, the process of getting event spacing. I think that it wasn't nothing like spectacular, but it was just good to see that Mitch is on his come up. The Mitch is doing what he needs to get done to get his album. Now, the big question for me is, where is the album, Mitch? Like, we're all like searching, you know, trying to support Mitch and everything, and they're like, where's the album? So did the album release party even happen since there's no album? Was it a Trina situation? Trina recently album got pulled from iTunes, and then she had to pay the producers, the writers, and everything, and now the album is back. So was it posted, deleted? Was it ever posted? So that's kind of like the question with Mitch for me right now with the album. But nevertheless, I am proud of him for taking the strides, because planning events for myself back in the day, it is no joke. Budgeting, communicating, finding the right space, having the date, the guest list, having people that's actually going to come. It is a ton of work. So I commend him for just taking the necessary steps. I can see how people back at home thought that it was boring. I think it's going to be, I could definitely see how they thought it was boring, to be honest. Yeah. If I wasn't into stuff like this, if it didn't pique my interest, I would have been bored to you guys, because nothing really special happened. I mean, I could drag out and continue to talk about it, but like I said, there's literally nothing else that happened. Even if I tell you details of what Mitch said, it literally doesn't pertain to any of us, because we don't have an album. We don't know if this party ever came about, but the whole representation of him making the moves and the strides, we love to see it. We love to see it. We have the main portion of this episode, in a sense, why it's entitled See You Again. Former season 1 castmate Isis has passed away, and through a tragic car accident that I've been knowing about for a few months now. I saw some of the old past comments when I started to catch up on the come up, and it just really broke my heart. I didn't want to believe it. I started researching on my end, and I found out the situation that occurred. And of course, I don't know all the details. Of course, I didn't know her personally. Of course, there was people, as you see in the episode, that are much closer to her, as Nova, as, I don't want to be disrespecting, called Deshawn, but Deshawn was on season 1, now known as Asia, who looks gorgeous, by the way. Like, that's what we talk about. Like, the transition is I absolutely love it. Nova looks good, by the way, since we're going to get into it. Chance and Montel returning cast members on this current season. But the season one was definitely, it was just good to see everyone just being in a positive space. No drama, paying homage to their friends, giving loved ones. Chance said he took it upon himself to not let Montel grieve by himself, that it's better to kind of grieve together and to get through this. And I think that it was beautiful. I think that it was helpful. I think that being able to share the story, share the moments, and just remember with people that love ISIS just as much as you do, that has that same mutual respect. It was very, very beautiful, you guys. Like, even if you don't know her personally, even if you don't know the guys on the show personally, in my opinion, it touched something. And I think that Gemini Filmz production, Karan, you guys did an excellent job of honoring Isis by remembering her through tributes. Blue, I should have wore something blue, to be honest. I just put on the shirt because I really want to get this done this evening and support the Come Up New York. But yeah, it was just beautiful. So I really don't have too much to say about that even. I think that the big highlight is that everybody's seeing Deshaun's transition and absolutely looked amazing. So congratulations, and we continue to wish you the best over here at Jeffrey Show Live. Nova, I wouldn't mind seeing more appearances from you if possible, and just get to see Montel and Nova in a good space, and just everybody. A couple people were saying it looks like Nova was taking it the hardest and everything. I don't want to get into that too much, like, even though I mentioned it and everything, I don't want to get into that too much because I felt like all of them really had emotional connection and spot with ISIS from what I've seen, from the memories that I've heard. Okay, we're going to pick up the energy a little bit more because I hear myself. We're going to pick up the energy a little bit more because this final scene is we're finally at Montel's game night. And this is where the bulk of the conversation of this episode will be coming from, because this is that led to the infamous fight that had us all excited for season 3. We all knew that Chance was going to punch Mitch, but we didn't know why. Like, what stemmed it? What caused it? Blah, blah. We got trailers, teasers here, anticipation. We're getting Chance reactions. We're getting Mitch starting to tell us it's developed. And finally, we get to the game night. Now, everybody's saying that there wasn't nobody there and anything. I'm pretty sure the producers and the creative did that on purpose. And we watching the chats live, which I absolutely is my favorite thing to do. I will never watch an episode alone if I can make it possible. I will always watch with the chat. It's because the producer had envisioned something else. We know sometimes how people don't want to be seen on camera, how they can distract, how they can take away. We saw spanky old hotel parties. We saw other link ups where other people are involved. So just having the main core cast members involved was very refreshing. I absolutely loved it. I think that you guys just want something to complain and be upset about, but when you all think about it, it really made sense. Now, although the space looked humongous and big, so I can see how you guys would think that, but the guys was really having fun amongst each other. They were playing like water balloon fights and all these other games that it just looked like it was a good time and the effort. So shout out to Montel for having a successful event. I'm hearing that it was in Flatbush, that it wasn't ghetto, according to Chance. Chance looked really good. He looked the best in this scene to me, followed by Justin, because you guys know I talk about the looks, even though I don't have looks myself. But I love to see him, though. Chance looked the best this season, and not this season, this episode, in that scene. And then Justin, then Mitch, and then Montel. I'm not going to be too rude, but everybody, he just don't. He's comfortable in what he wears, and ultimately, nobody can beat my ass. Can I say that? Basically, Montel, that's his mentality. He's one of them people. What you gonna do, Jeff? You gonna step to me, Jeff? You gonna beat me up, Jeff? Like, I don't think so. You see me? Oh, this is another thing that's really worth putting out as well, speaking of Montel, is that even though he wasn't dressed the part, as always, face was beat. Face was beat. It wasn't no light beat. It was beat. Montel was giving us this episode, serving us face. He was serving us realness at the game party. He was camera ready. I love it. I love it, to be honest, Montel. We're starting to see more of you throughout this season. I think that you're definitely finding the rhythm and the pattern. Now, what stood out to me is that Montel was getting the tea from Chance and Justin before Mitch even arrived. So Later on, we see Montel acting like he don't know what's going on, but clearly he's getting put up to full speed by Chance and Justin. So it's kind of like, just keep it real, keep it a buck. But it seems like everyone can't do that regardless. Finally, we get Mitch to arrive at the game night. And luckily, Montel gave Chance a heads up that he invited. I'm pretty sure he invited everybody at that time, though. So Chance shouldn't have been too surprised. But Mitch is arrived, and this is what went down. So Mitch finally arrives at game night, makes his little entrance, little boom, boom, pow onto the game night. And he gives everybody a hug equally. He gives Justin a hug. Montel, the host, a hug, where it looks like Montel is sweaty, but apparently they're playing wet games. Okay, this is where my favorite part of the episode, personally. My favorite part of the episode was when Mitch goes to hug Chance, and Chance leans back. Lean back. Chance was not with it. Chance wasn't with the fake foo-la-la. He did not want any parts of it. Mitch was giving a whole lot, and Chance just wasn't with it. And I loved it. Like, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy that you had in confessionals. Keep that same energy that you was telling Justin. Just keep that same energy you was telling your boo. Whatever you have me in your mouth, don't be trying to be fake and touch me. So I completely got it. And from there, Chance gets drunk to deal with Mitch, which I don't think that made sense whatsoever. Like, alcohol kind of makes you more impaired, and it makes you, like, not in the best mind state. So can we kill that, like, that whole thing of let me drink to, like, no, let's kind of deal with things soberly, because it probably won't end like how it did later on. Nevertheless, it made for good TV. It makes for good entertainment. But just speaking in generally, let's stop trying to put that drinking is going to help, when all actuality is just going to turn up and intensify the situations. So that what happened. They're playing games and getting drunker and drunker and drunker. And Montel then finds like this back alley, it seems like, to take Mitch to clear the air. Now, this was messy. This was the mess that we come in each and every Sunday to see. This was messy. I love this scene, to be honest. I think that it was very messy on Montel's behalf. And I love it. I genuinely do. I think that Chance wanted some answers. He wasn't getting it. There was a lot of backpedaling and lying from Mitch. Now, I was in the live chat where Mitch was saying that the edits were completely off and that things were shaken up and displaced and everything. Confessionals are always filmed. Well, not always, but yeah, they kind of are filmed after the actual scene take place, so you can give your thoughts on it. So I don't want to say I don't believe Mitch, because working on like sets and everything, I know how things are manipulated. I know how things are chopped and cut and edited. So I don't want to say that Mitch is completely off. It's just he signed up for this deal, and this is why so many people quit things, because of how the edit makes them or portrays them look. Yeah, so it's kind of like, in my opinion, the best things to do is to not to be that person to be like producers or editing did this. Is just own it. And I know it sucks, but they're in control of the narrative, the storyboard. And this is what you kind of signed up for. Now, if you can set the record straight like how Chance did with his receipts and everything in his timeline, that would be great, Mitch. But right now, it's just looking like you a liar to America. America think you a liar, Mitch. Like, I think that you're lying. Like, I just feel like you had this man mouth. Like, you had him all in your mouth, and now when you face to face, you say, I might have said this. Well, when you open up that door of saying somebody might have done something, then it creates like, what else are you hiding? What else are you lying about? So, Mitch, there was just a whole lot that I just wasn't with. Justin goes from 0 to 100 because he's the one that kind of starts everything. He's the one. So Justin portion of Justin tells Chance that Mitch is saying we had a one-night stand, etc., etc. So Justin kind of pops it off. So he seems like a liar if Mitch don't own his ish. So basically, Mitch denying it to Chance, got the information from Justin. You gotta own it, man, because now Justin's pissed off, rightfully so. And a lot of people are in the comments are saying, why Justin's so upset. Like, wouldn't you be upset if somebody disrespect you like Spanky and somebody's lying on you like Mitch? The man actually makes some points when you really, really just think about it. He's not really off. Everybody's attitudes ain't gonna deal with things differently. Our upbringing and how we have to defend ourselves growing up definitely play a part. This is Justin. One of the things that you will gonna learn about Justin, like I said in my last episode, is you won't disrespect him more, and I guarantee you Mitch won't lie on him anymore. Mitch will probably just not mess with Justin anymore, but he won't be lying because he got checked about it. He got checked, and that's what happens. That's how you shut something down. So now we get to the infamous punch, sucker punch, steal, whatever you want to call it, where Chance did the Mitch. He was just drunk. He was blacked out. It was building. And it happened. And Mitch was still standing after the windmill. And Chance kind of went back to his respective corner like he was Floyd Mayweather. And I see the security and everything going down. Yes, security is involved right now. So it was going down. Mitch said that he hit me. This isn't over. I'm going to want to fight him every time I see him. I want to see if that's true later on within the season. I really hope they patch things up because I think that I don't even want to say patch things up because Mitch just flat out kind of disrespected Chance, in my opinion, like telling all his business and everything. But I hope that it can be cordial for filming because I don't want it to be like a separation of filming and the group just because of this. I don't feel like it's that worthy to take away from the show, but I can see why Chance wouldn't want to fool with Mitch. Lying ass, to be honest. Like, I know I don't want to curse, but I'm just saying, like, that's basically what it is. And Justin as well. We end off the episode after that windmill punch and everything where Mitch is still looking unbothered and unfazed ultimately. He's more so upset that it happened. I think there's more so embarrassment than the physical aspect of it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm hurt or anything. It was more so kind of like, I can't believe you did that, and I know how it's going to be portrayed that I'm a punk, that I take punches. So now I need to beat you every time I see, and no, you shouldn't have did that. Of course, the best revenge of all of it would be, like, just to file charges, but no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. But ultimately, it looks like Justin and Mitch are going to get into something physical on the next episode. We have no trailer that could confirm this. We have nobody talking or saying anything about it. But the way that Justin, I'm not even going to do it this week, he takes off his shirt like he always does. It looked like he's about to physically get into it with Mitch. And I can't even lie. I'm like intrigued to see how that is going to be diffused and what's going to go down between Mitch and Justin. Now that Chance took care of Mitch like how he wants to, hopefully that satisfies you, Chance, to be honest. And a cute little pop like keep my name out your mouth, that Justin and Mitch get to resolve theirs in a sense. And hopefully Mitch can get some retribution because he was stole, cheap shot, but he also was talking mad sauce. So let me guys know in the comments below, are you Team Mitch? Are you Team Chance? Because all this ultimately is perspective. It all depends on who you really just want to like, because there's a little wrong in a mix on both ends, but it all just depends on who you want to be wrong with. Let me guys know what you guys thought about the videos below. I want to thank you guys once again for watching the Come Up New York Season 3, Episode 3. See you again. Rest in peace, ISIS. And I'm going to catch you guys next week on another exciting edition of Jeffrey Show Live.